Vlogging every day in April. It's hard.
It's hard.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another day of Veda. Today I'm gonna talk about Pixar, which is still Disney, so it's not really that out of the ordinary. I love Pixar movies so much. I think John Lasseter is the Walt Disney of our age. I think everyone there are creative geniuses, and although they've kind of been in a slump in terms of original movies, been a lot of sequels lately, some of my favorite Pixar movies are maybe my favorite Disney movies of all time. So today I'm gonna give you a list of my favorite Pixar movies, and that's all it's gonna be. This is my channel. I talk about what I want, and you just deal with it. Just kidding. So these aren't like necessarily in order because it's really hard for me to put them in order, mostly because I have such reverence for Toy Story 1. It's definitely not my favorite in terms of like, if it came out now, would it be my favorite story and like all of that jazz. But it's the Snow White of computer animation, and I think it's so wildly important to not only Disney history, but animation history as a whole, that I'm like, how can Toy Story 1 not be one of your favorite Pixar movies? A lot of people, when I say that, are like, well, Toy Story 3 was better. And it's like, yeah, but Toy Story 3 would not exist without Toy Story 1. And Toy Story 3 people only love because of the emotional connection that you have to the characters from Toy Stories 1 and 2. What I think probably is my favorite Pixar movie is WALL-E. I think it's so crazy that they made WALL-E. It's such a kind of off-the-wall concept that isn't necessarily totally fun. It's a story about a robot who is the last robot on Earth after everybody abandoned these robots to just clean up the Earth while they abandoned it on a spaceship. It's really kind of like sad and existential, and then the second half of it gets even weirder when you find out that humans have kind of just been like devolving into gelatinous blobs on a spaceship. I've always been fond of movies where the main character doesn't talk, and this movie features two main characters that don't talk and still fall in love, and you become invested in their relationship with them only saying their names. I think it's like Pixar at its finest. Another one that's really up there for me is Finding Nemo. A barometer of a movie's excellence for me has always been my ability to become emotionally invested in the story with having no connection to the story. I don't necessarily relate to having an overprotective father or like a father-son / father-daughter storyline, and yet I sob my eyes out when I watch Finding Nemo. To me, tells me like there's something really special about this movie. They did a really good job of conveying these characters' emotions and connections to each other. It's also probably my favorite Disney Pixar soundtrack. Love the soundtrack to Finding Nemo. Another one of my favorite Pixar movies is Up. Up came out at a weird time in my life. It came out the year that I graduated high school and went to college. I think that Up was one of the last original concepts that Pixar did that was really spectacular and on the quality level that I expect from Pixar. First of all, it gave us Married Life, which is one of the best Disney soundtrack songs ever. The first 10 minutes of Up are famous for being like the most heart-wrenching part of a Disney movie ever. In general, I just think that it's very funny, it's very fun. The character growth and arcs of the characters are all spectacular. I think it's like heavy-handed when it needs to be and very nuanced when it needs to be, and is just like a really amazing piece of art. So those are honestly like the top of the top for me. I'm also fond of Monsters, Inc. and of course, the other Toy Story movies. The rest are kind of at the bottom for me. Cars, Ratatouille, all the sequels. But that's just my opinion, and I'm interested to hear what maybe your top 3 or top 5, if you want to list them in the comments below. Let me know what your favorite Pixar movies are, and we can geek out about it, because I love Pixar. I'm so excited for Coco. Thank you guys so much for watching today's Veda, and I will see you guys very soon, aka tomorrow, for another video on this channel. Bye!
It's hard.
It's hard.